All right, everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Hmm.
Today, we're looking at something that I think a lot of you are really going to get a lot out of.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about improving those English speaking skills.
Right.
It's something we all kind of struggle with.
Yeah.
And today, we're going to be using a piece from a teacher named Sam.
Okay.
And they've got some really cool advice that
Mm.
I think we can really unpack.
Sounds good.
And the first thing that really jumps out is this emphasis on consistency.
Yeah.
Like they really hammer home this idea of like 15 to 30 minutes every single day,
Uh-huh.
just dedicated to speaking practice.
Makes sense.
But one thing that kind of caught my eye was this whole concept of like, talking to yourself
Oh, yeah.
as a way to practice.
Interesting.
I mean, it sounds a little strange,
Right.
but I'm willing to kind of keep an open mind.
Well, it might feel a little weird at first,
Right.
but there's a lot of science behind it, actually.
Oh, really?
It's like working out, The more you use a muscle, the stronger it gets, right?
Yeah.
And when you practice speaking, you're kind of doing the same thing with your tongue and vocal cords.
Okay, I'm starting to see the connection.
You're training them to produce those sounds,
Right.
The sounds of English.
So you're basically building muscle memory.
Yeah, exactly.
But for speaking English.
Exactly. And so the more you repeat those words and phrases, the easier it becomes to remember them,
Mm-hmm.
and to just kind of effortlessly pull them out when you need them.
That makes sense. But is it really as good as, actually having a real conversation?
Well, real conversations are obviously super important.
Yeah.
But think of this like, it's like warming up before a game.
Okay.
If you're an athlete,
Right.
it helps you get comfortable with the language, helps you build up a little bit of confidence.
So it's like prepping for that big game.
Exactly. And what's really amazing is, even these small little efforts
Right.
done consistently can actually lead to really significant changes over time.
Yeah, that's what I'm always telling myself too,
Yeah.
It's about those small habits.
Exactly.
Now, another thing that Sam mentions, which I thought was interesting, is the idea of practicing in front of a mirror.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know about you, but that sounds a little
intimidating.
a little intimidating, right?
Yeah.
So what's the benefit of that?
Well, it's really helpful for pronunciation.
Uh-huh.
When you can actually see how your mouth's moving, you get instant feedback.
So it's like having another set of eyes on you, basically.
Exactly. It's like having your own personal coach,
That's a good way to put it.
helping you make those little subtle adjustments to your mouth movements.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I never thought about it that way before, but the visual element does make a big difference.
Yeah, it does. And also, looking in the mirror can actually help boost your confidence too.
Really?
Yeah. Because when you see yourself speaking the language,
Right.
it becomes a little bit more real.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives you this tangible reminder of the progress that you're making.
So you're like, hey, I'm actually speaking English right now.
Exactly. And that feeling of accomplishment can be super motivating.
Yeah, it reinforces the commitment to learning.
Yeah.
So to recap, we've learned from Sam that making time every day to practice speaking, even if it's just talking to ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
and using a mirror to get feedback on pronunciation and boost our confidence
Right.
are really effective ways to improve our English.
Absolutely. And it makes me wonder, what other small habits could you build into your routine to
Yeah.
kind of like accelerate your language learning?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, like reading a news article every morning
Right.
or listening to an English podcast on your commute.
I like that.
It's all about finding what works for you
Right.
and then sticking with it.
I think that's a great point to leave everyone on.
Yeah.
Think about those small habits and how you can apply them to your own language learning journey. And we'll see you all next time for another deep dive.
See you then.
Bye.